Right now we are with two very dignified people of the cotton industry, two such dignitaries for whom we can look up to give a view, opinion in an exclusive discussion with these two dignitaries. I would just like to introduce them. The first being Suresh Bhai Kotak, the Bhishma Pitamaha of the cotton industry, the man with loads and loads of experience, knowledge. Is still so well read that he knows anything that is to know about cotton. So we will have a discussion with him regarding his view. The second is Shri Prashant Mohta, the MD of Gimatex, a very renowned spinner and into good technological innovations in the textile industry. He is also a very learned person, a person well aware of the happenings of today and anticipation of the days to come. So Suresh Bhai, starting with you, sir, the basic question would be, how has this year been, 2013-14, for the cotton industry as a whole?
Well, for the spinning industry, there was a good spell.
Okay.
A good spell has of course ended, and some difficult situation we are passing through. But by and large, what we should consider is, whatever the despondency you have shown, difficulties you have shown, the lack of confidence, whatever you are thinking, well, it is a matter of fact that there has been a loss of confidence, there is a despondency. But what I feel, how it will change. You asked what are the options, but I consider options, yes, but first what is happening, right? And what is happening to which will make some auto changes.
Okay.
Now, you have all heard about the consumption yesterday, that unless, and we all agree, that unless there is a demand pool in the Indian cotton economy and as well as global cotton economy, the market would keep going down.
Right.
Now, how the demand pool can come? Now, demand pool can come on a broader spectrum. Cotton being competitive, and the cotton can be competitive in one way or another to the spinning mills. Now, in the value chain process and value chain process thinking which has been adopted, now the initiative has been made by Texprocil, very commendable, that give highest amount of incentive to the final product,
Okay.
then to the second layer, then to the third layer, and then to the fourth layer, cotton being the starting point.
Right.
But it has to start from the top. So the government must have the maximum kind of support, incentive and all that. So that will all lead, and that is all measures in the direction of a demand pool. So making things competitive to the customers, this is one thing. So this is what is happening, and let us take the stock of this situation. Two, in solutions, we have to learn to diversify the production, go with the blends, and there is enough space for the new products to come in. Third thing, as I share this view with our great friend Prashant ji, that we must look to the composite cotton economics of a cotton value chain. So the backward integration after seeds also must be considered for cotton economy and better realization.
Right.
The fourth one, which option the textile mills have to adopt, is to buy cotton in a straddle way. not in an absolute manner. Today you have stocked the cotton, you have put the investment money. No, you have to expect with the market. You have to play with the market by two options. Hedging option is one, but then there is another option also, which is known as the straddle options. Now the straddle options are very important. What are the straddle options? Now say for example, even the mills have to become smart on this. The straddle operations have to be, say, now New York is very cheap, Indian cotton is very high price. So in a relatively free economy that we have, with the permission of RBI, buy New York, sell Indian cotton, and that is what the multinationals are doing. Multinationals only thrive on the straddles and hedging. No multinational worth its while, and this is what is lacking in our cotton economy in toto. Very few enlightened people understand the meaning of hedging and meaning of straddling in cotton, which our forefathers who used to do the cotton, they understood it very well. And at that time, we have a record that New York and India used to straddle, and every day Japan used to buy. So all these things were happening. So the happenings are happenings, but we have to exercise all this operation. So we have to look to the whole situation in a comprehensive manner. Also, I believe that China may buy in October, November. So when the markets have sufficiently gone down, they will definitely average the buying and average as their options.
Prashant ji, now being into the manufacturing industry, how do you evaluate this particular cotton season?
This overall last 2 years have been quite good because volatility was out of the market. Prices were quite stable.
Right.
And what the industry needs is, as of now, stability. Whatever crisis we are talking about is the result of volatility. Volatility has come back, and you can see that industry has started talking about crisis.
Right.
But any kind of crisis brings the best out of the best people.
Right.
So I'm sure this is an opportunity for established players to actually use many good techniques and try to become competitive in this market. See, the textile in India has become very organized, especially spinning. Spinning is very organized, and because of that, and because of little bit of capitalistic nature that we have started working on, today it has become very competitive. And whenever you have such kind of competition, these kind of crises keep happening.
Right.
So at this stage, industries and industry leaders need to adapt to the changing times. What Kotak ji said was to basically be little flexible. One should not remain strict that I want to source my cotton only from a particular area.
Right.
They can keep their eyes open and actually start sourcing it from various corners, because there are alternatives available, and I'm sure there are things where one can actually select the cheapest option and sail through these tough times as well.
Right.
So that is one option was to actually, when Indian cotton is costlier, New York is cheaper. One can source from New York or from West African, East African. There are options to do.
Right.
So it's important for manufacturers actually to remain flexible. Also, it's important to adapt the best technology and move it towards the value-added segment, because when you have so much of clutter in a basic segment, it's important that we move out of it and try to remain in a niche area where there is less competition. That is what is required in these tough times. And as I said, because now cotton is going to be quite competitive, because the price levels that we have seen recently, at that level cotton should be competitive. So I'm sure that will be that natural pull, and it will come out. Anytime whenever the raw material goes down, there is always a crisis, but following 2 years or so, we can be little optimistic about the future, because then raw material cost being a major cost, we can look forward to the cotton segment overall doing well.